The car you think is bulletproof is engineered to fail right after warranty expires. Mechanics across the country are seeing the same failures over and over. One needs a guaranteed $6,000 repair at 50,000 miles. Another has a lifetime transmission that costs $7,500 to replace. Every car on this list was sold as reliable, and every single one was designed to fail on a schedule. If your car is on this list, the countdown has already started. Car number 1, the Toyota Camry, 2012 through 2014. Even the king of reliability has a dark past that Toyota desperately wants you to forget. The U760E transmission in 2012 through 2014 Camrys has a fatal software flaw that destroys the torque converter. The flex lockup clutch engages at completely the wrong time. Between 25 and 50 miles per hour, you'll feel violent shuddering like you're driving over rumble strips. Catch it early and there's a simple fix, but ignore it even briefly? The shudder destroys the transmission internals. Complete replacement at $4,500. Here's the scam that'll infuriate you. Toyota issued a software update that fixes it, but only if you catch it before the damage starts. Most owners don't know about the update until the transmission is already toast. Always test drive these at exactly 40 miles per hour before buying. If you feel even the slightest vibration, walk away. The same transmission is in the 2013 through 2015 RAV4s. It's a ticking time bomb in Toyota's most trusted models. Car number 2, the 2015 Mercedes-Benz C-Class W205. The W205 C-Class looks reliable, drives beautifully, and hides a $9,000 time bomb Mercedes pretends doesn't exist. The M274 petrol engine has a fatal flaw: the timing chain and tensioner system. Mercedes used an innovative design that reduces friction by making components too weak. At 40,000 to 50,000 miles, you'll hear a rattle on cold starts. That's your warning. Ignore it even for 600 miles and something catastrophic happens. The chain jumps, valves hit pistons, the engine is destroyed. Repair costs around $3,200 if you catch it early. $9,000 for a replacement engine if you don't. But the diesel versions aren't better. The OM651 and OM654 engines suffer from intake manifold swirl flap failure. These plastic flaps break off and get ingested by the engine. Best case scenario is $2,500 for manifold replacement. Worst case, scored cylinders requiring engine rebuild at $7,000. Mercedes used plastic in an area reaching 400 degrees because it saved $8 per unit. The 9-speed automatic, marketed as sealed for life, starts slipping at 62,000 miles. Mercedes says it doesn't need servicing. Mechanics say it needs replacing at $5,500. Here's what Mercedes doesn't want you to know. They have a secret warranty extension for the timing chain issue, but only if you complain to headquarters, threaten legal action, and have full Mercedes service history. Miss one service by a week? Denied. Used an independent mechanic once? Denied. Insurance companies now factor these failures into premiums. A W205 C-Class costs 40% more to insure than an equivalent BMW 3 Series. Insurers know what's coming. Car number 3. The 2016 through 2021 Honda Civic 1.5-liter turbo. Honda built its entire reputation on bulletproof engines that run forever. Then they designed the 1.5-liter turbo that's systematically destroying that legacy. Found in the Civic, the engine has a catastrophic head gasket failure that's engineered into the design. The high-compression turbo setup stretches the head bolts over time. The cylinder head lifts just enough to blow the gasket. When it fails, something devastating happens. Coolant leaks into the cylinders. It mixes with the oil and the bearings are completely destroyed. Repair costs start at $3,500. And a new engine would cost $6,000. But there's an even more sinister problem hiding beneath: oil dilution. Gasoline washes past the piston rings and contaminates the oil. Your oil level actually rises on the dipstick. Sounds good until you realize it's gasoline, not oil, lubricating your engine. Check your oil every 600 miles. If it smells like gas or the level is rising, the engine is eating itself from the inside. Here's what Honda doesn't want you to know. They knew about this problem. Extended warranties were quietly offered to some owners, but only if you complained to corporate and threatened legal action. If you're buying a used Honda, stick to the 2.0-liter naturally aspirated engine. The 1.5T is a $6,000 gamble you don't want to take. Car number 4. The 2015 through 2020 Audi A4. B9. The 2.0 TFSI petrol engine continues VW Group's tradition of catastrophic water pump failures. But unlike simple pumps, this one is integrated into the thermostat module and buried behind the engine. When it fails, not if, when, coolant leaks onto the DSG transmission control unit below. One $400 water pump failure becomes something much worse. $3,200 in collateral damage. The diesel versions have a different disaster. Carbon buildup is so severe that Audi privately acknowledges it, but publicly denies it. The intake valves cake with carbon by 31,000 miles. It causes misfires, rough running, and eventual engine damage. Walnut blasting to clean them costs $800 and needs repeating every 18,000 miles. It's literally a subscription service for your engine. But the real money pit is the Quattro all-wheel drive system. The rear differential has undersized bearings that fail between 37,000 and 56,000 miles. Symptoms start with a whine that Audi dealers dismiss as normal. When it finally fails, the repair cost is shocking. The entire differential needs replacement at $3,700. Car number 5. The 2018 BMW X3 G01. BMW marketed it as their quality comeback. Instead, they created new, more expensive failures. The B48 petrol engine has a coolant system made of biodegradable plastics. I'm not joking. BMW's environmental sustainability means plastic coolant components that degrade after 37,000 miles. The expansion tank cracks. The thermostat housing warps. Coolant lines split. Each failure costs $500 to $800. But here's the catch. They all fail in sequence. Budget $3,000 for cooling system replacement by 50,000 miles. The B47 and B57 diesel engines brought back timing chain problems BMW claimed to have solved. The chain itself is stronger, but the guides are plastic and wear prematurely. At 43,000 miles, you'll hear the death rattle. Unlike older BMWs where you can ignore it briefly, these chains jump quickly, destroying the engine. Preventative replacement will cost around $2,800. Engine replacement after failure? $12,000. But here's the scandal. The transfer case and X-Drive models. BMW used a new supplier to save $50 per unit. These cases fail catastrophically at 25,000 to 37,000 miles, often on highways, leaving drivers stranded. Replacement is about $3,200. BMW issued a customer satisfaction campaign, not a recall, covering some failures if you complain loudly enough. The run-flat tires are another hidden cost. They're mandatory with no spare wheel. They cost 40% more than regular tires, last half as long, and can't be repaired, only replaced. Hit one pothole, and it's $400. The average X3 owner replaces 8 tires in 37,000 miles. Car number 6. The 2014 through 2017 Mazda CX-5. The Skyactiv G 2.5 petrol engine has a devastating flaw: carbon buildup on the intake valves. But unlike normal carbon buildup, Mazda's cylinder deactivation system accelerates it catastrophically. By 37,000 miles, the engine runs so roughly, it's undrivable. Cleaning requires something extreme. It requires engine removal, $1,500 every 25,000 miles. But the real nightmare is the cylinder deactivation itself. The system that shuts off cylinders to save fuel destroys the engine internals. Oil consumption skyrockets to 1 quart per 600 miles. Piston rings fail. Cylinder walls score. A new engine starts at $8,500. Mazda's response was that oil consumption up to 1 quart per 600 miles is normal. The Skyactiv diesel is worse. The diesel particulate filter regeneration system doesn't work properly. Short trips prevent regeneration. The DPF clogs and oil dilution occurs as the system dumps fuel trying to burn out the filter. The result is catastrophic: destroyed bearings, scored cylinders, complete engine failure. Replacement DPF will cost $2,400. Replacement engine after oil dilution? $8,500. Car number 7. The 2012 through 2021 Volvo XC60. The Swedish safety reputation hides Chinese ownership cost-cutting that turned this SUV into a financial nightmare. The T5 and T6 petrol engines use both turbocharging and supercharging. Double the complexity, quadruple the problems. The supercharger clutch fails at 31,000 to 43,000 miles, and the symptoms were whining noise, reduced power, eventual complete failure, and the replacement cost would be around $4,200. But here's what Volvo doesn't tell you. When the supercharger fails, metal debris circulates through the engine. 6 months later, turbo failure, another $2,800. The mild hybrid system is a complete disaster. The 48-volt battery degrades rapidly. The integrated starter generator fails, and the system conflicts with the regular electrical architecture. When it fails, and it will by 50,000 miles, the entire system needs replacement at $5,500. The SPA platform's air suspension has a 100% failure rate by 62,000 miles. Not a high failure rate, complete failure. Each corner costs $1,400 to replace. The compressor burns out from overwork, another $1,100. Total air suspension rebuild is $6,700. But the worst part? The Sensus infotainment system breaks itself through regular updates. The Android-based system corrupts during over-the-air updates. It requires complete module replacement at $2,300. It's happened to thousands of owners. Volvo's only response was always about customer-induced failure, even when the update was automatic. Insurance data reveals the shocking truth. XC60 insurance claims for mechanical breakdown exceed those of Range Rover Evoque. A Volvo? Less reliable than a Range Rover. Car number 8. The 2003 through 2007 Honda Accord V6. The engine is bulletproof. The car itself is comfortable and well made. For some reason, Honda, the king of reliability, built one of the worst automatic transmissions in history and put it in their best-selling car. It's a $4,000 repair that instantly makes the car worthless. If you want a Honda from this era, get the 4-cylinder model. The transmission is much stronger. Car number 9. The Toyota Tundra, first generation, the king of trucks. These trucks are famous for their million-mile V8 engines. But what good is a perfect engine when the frame it's sitting on snaps in two? For years, these trucks were built with frames that had inadequate rust protection. In states with snow and salt, they would rust from the inside out, becoming catastrophically unsafe. Toyota issued a massive recall, but many of these trucks are still out there, hiding a dangerously rotten frame under a shiny body. The engine is perfect. The frame is a death trap. Car number 10. The 2007 through 2009 Lexus RX 350, the original luxury crossover. It's a Lexus, the benchmark for quality. But it's hiding a dirty secret, a rubber oil cooler line that is guaranteed to burst. When it does, all the engine oil is pumped out onto the ground in less than a minute. If you don't shut the engine off immediately, something devastating happens. The engine is completely destroyed. It's a $10 rubber hose that can cause a $10,000 engine failure. It's a ticking time bomb that many owners don't know exists until it's too late. These 10 cars prove that reputation means nothing in modern automotive reality. Have you been burned by one of these reliable money pits? Are you facing these exact repairs right now? Share your story in the comments, because your warning could save someone else from making the same expensive mistake. And if this video saved you from a financial disaster, hit that subscribe button, because I've got more truth bombs coming that the car industry doesn't want you to hear.